So the teachers' crisis just got real, and here's exactly what I mean by that. So I just saw a video online recently on Instagram, and in that a teacher was basically cooking her history professor, saying that he doesn't know how to teach at all. He's basically teaching shit for the past like semester. He made her buy a really expensive textbook and didn't like teach anything from it at all. And she was saying that I use this AI software to get me notes and I learn from there, whatever your dog shit, no matter what. And she was like really grilling him, right? And someone recorded that and posted online. So that made me think that like the AI crisis just got real for teachers, and not just the AI crisis, it's also the own like entire internet thing as well. Because for the past few years, a lot of people have been switching to teaching online and putting their lectures up on YouTube. And some of the good teachers, like people who can really teach well, these guys just like, for example, if you have a ninth standard, right? They just recorded the course of ninth standard one time, and now every single year when new students come in the ninth grade, they discovered that teacher and they just like basically printing the money for the teacher, right? And the teacher just have to do it like one time, and like they can also like further upsell it by selling their like one-to-one coaching there, because like they proved how good of a teacher they are, and people are more likely to pay a lot of money to them for personal tuition. But the thing is, the physical teachers, like people who are present in schools and like universities who you're physically taking classes from, if you tell any teacher that you're also studying from another guy or you're basically using the notes from another person, they get really pissed off. Like, why aren't you using my notes? And they'll like try to also uh, like talk about it in a friendly way or like smile while saying this, but they're like really pissed off when you tell them that okay, I'm using this guy's lessons or whatever. And I kind of understand where they're getting from, because it might be an ego thing, or it might be like I'm not good enough, that's why they're like referring to other people, or they're relying on other people to get good grades. But the thing is, AI, like artificial intelligence and the online thing, this thing won't ever stop. Like, this is my message to the teachers, and if you're a student, like share this with your teacher as well, because AI will only get better from here, and it will get better at note taking. It will even get better at explaining things to student better than you. So if you're a teacher right now, yes, you can like enjoy the profession by still doing physical classes and that. But if you really want to save your profession and actually continue making money, you're much rather switching online, because that's a much better way of making money from your teaching profession than doing physical classes and all that. Like, I have seen like teachers who are teaching like eighth grade or ninth grade at best online, and they are making more money than doctors and like PhD teachers who are teaching at Harvard or whatnot. So first of all, it is that it's much better to switch to online. And the other thing is, like, don't hate your students for like getting something done from somewhere else other than you, because at the end of the day, your job, or not even like your job, your wish as a teacher should be that your students understand the concept. It shouldn't matter to you where did they learn from, as long as they're learning the right thing and it's like up to the standard. Like, it's one thing that you're a teacher and you're trying to teach something and students learn a shit version of it, or like get a wrong understanding or misunderstand something online, and then it, like the blame comes on you, right? But you should actually be really humble here. And no matter, like, I don't care if you're like 55 years old or 60 years old, and if you have like 20 or 30 years of teaching experience, technology is like better than you at this point. And times have changed a lot. So, like, you getting angry or you like complaining about this, that, okay, no, no, you guys are my students. You should only like learn from my notes, or like ask me questions, all this is not worth it, and this just makes the students hate you even more, because this is such a closed mind way of approaching this thing, that like there are other teachers online who are basically for free, like teaching for free on YouTube, and they are teaching better than you. They are more convenient than you, because I can take that guy's lecture on like 2x speed, and what you're explaining in like three classes I can understand like half an hour from that guy. So you shouldn't actually be like basically going against the grain like that. So the best course of action right now, in my opinion, is just asking the students what they want to do in your physical class. That's the best thing that you can do right now, because then the students will actually feel like you're someone who they can benefit from. Because believe it or not, a lot of teachers these days, like, students just go to the class for like attendance. They don't care what the teacher will say in the class. They don't care what the teacher will try to teach, which is like a horrible thing personally when you think about it that way, because I personally love the craft of teaching, right? And I enjoy it as well. I'm still a student, but I enjoy teaching things to people. So I think it's really wrong. And I think like teachers should try to evolve with the technology and AI and use these things to evolve. So this is why I think it's really important to first of all get better at teaching. That's the best thing, because with the advancement of technology and everything, everything will become hyper competitive. So with anything, like for example, if you were a good content writer back in the day, these days AI can help one content writer do the job of 10 content writers. So the nine lower skilled content writers is going down the drain, going jobless. So that's the same thing that will happen to teaching eventually as well, because these students are realizing this thing. I'm saying this as a student, by the way. I'm like literally doing A levels right now. So these days students are realizing that online learning is much better than just going to colleges and going to A levels and all of these things. And they'd much rather pay someone online, or like not even pay anybody online, because all of the information is right there for free. You can pay for one-to-one coaching like sometime if you like there's a topic that you really don't understand, but most of it is for free available online. And students are really realizing this, that they can do like entire degrees just from their home online. And like right now it's just starting, but in like 5 to 10 years I won't be surprised if like majority of the physical schools just straight up close, or like the teaching aspect of them close. Like there still can be like a social aspect of it, but the teaching aspect of it will completely shut down, and all of it will just straight up be like online teachers and personal tuitions. That's it. So that's the future we're heading towards. And if you're a teacher, I would say to you that get good at teaching. And another thing is use AI and online teaching, like even use other teachers' work to support your own teaching and complement your own teaching. For example, you can use AI to like make questions or generate questions for your students that are pretty challenging. But the main thing is like educate yourself on these things, and don't just ignore them, or don't like go against your students for when they say that okay, that guy's notes are better or that guy teaches way better. Like it's a good thing that the students are being this transparent for you, and you'd much rather just listen to that guy and see what he's doing, that make the students trust him more or understand him better, and then try to implement it in your own like teaching. That's literally all you can do. But the main thing is, don't have an ego in this. Doesn't matter if you've been teaching for 15 years, 20 years, because technology like really fucks up a lot of things in this regard. Because when cars were introduced, no matter how good of a like horse keeper you were, like how good you were able to train horses through travel, because like when cars were made, like horses, like simply the entire industry shut down. And now like you can still ride horses, but it's like very niche, very rare. And that's the same thing with online digital technology and artificial intelligence as well. So you'd much rather be open about it and have no ego and be humble in all of this, than just say that okay, no, you will study from me, or why are you studying from that guy. I think it's just busy. So that's all I have to say. Let me know what you think.